Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? You guys get through yesterday? Because it was a rough one. I'm talking about in general. I was seeing messages of like, I'm having a hard day, I'm having a hard week, people crying. I'm telling you, it's been a difficult one, right? So, I know you probably need a little bit more. Cleanse up that energy, right? So, unfortunately, my boss is a little sicky, and I hope I didn't get him sick. But I wore a mask. So, yeah. So I have to go in a little early, so I'm gonna make this a little short, right? And I got a little message. So I'm going to see how it ties into what we're doing here. So it's going to be collective, right? Including everyone. And I'm going to pull a couple oracle cards and we'll see like what we need to look out for today. And I really have to show you this. I don't know if you guys remember when I got this. And it's still alive. So it's been, I don't know, like at least 6 months. It's still alive and growing. So I just wanted to show you that she's here with us. So she's a part of the thing, and I got a couple other little elements that are going to help us. So I'm going to pull a card from the dumpster fire and see what dumpster fire we need to avoid today. I hope you were able to get some stuff out yesterday. Could have been a little bit of an emotional day, but that's fine. You know me, I'm Cancer energy. I'm 100%. Let's go. Emotions, let's go. Right? I'm in the zone with emotions. Like, talk to me about something I can understand. And it's kind of like part of what the message is that I wanted to tell you. So let's see what we get. Hope everyone's having a nice morning and looking forward to the day, getting out in the sun, all the good stuff. All right. Show me what the collective needs to hear and see right now. How can we help? Okay. Got two. We got Tiny Violin and North Star. These cards are just too funny. Look, okay. So Tiny Violin is sometimes we're wrong, and that's really hard for some people. Cue the sad music. Wrong notes happen. Admit it. Learn and play stronger tomorrow. Like, everything isn't going to be perfect. And I'm going to circle back to that in a second. Then we have North Star. Follow your soul's calling. Follow your soul's compass. It always points true north. Step into what you're meant for. So the North Star really is a lot like the star card in the deck, right? This feels like following your dreams and kind of like not letting anyone interfere. And sometimes you think that you want something until you actually start to experience it, and then you see that's not what it is. That's why it's so important to be in tune with your soul, to be able to hear, feel, and perceive from your higher self what it is you should be doing, what direction you should be going to create the most happiness in your life, right? And then Tiny Violin. Sometimes we're wrong. Cue the sad music, wrong notes happen. Admit it, learn, play stronger tomorrow, right? So these tie in together, right? Because sometimes we feel like we're being pulled in a certain direction. We feel like our soul's pulling us in a certain direction, only to find out that we were wrong. And that can really hurt your intuition. Like for me, I have to admit it, finding out that like I went in the wrong direction, it's like, it hurts me so deep because like I rely so heavily on my intuition for guidance, so that when I feel like, hey, I was guided in the wrong direction, or it makes you feel like you might not be able to trust your intuition in the same way, right? Because there was a mistake. But here is where it ties in. So the message that I received was that, what if happiness isn't the ultimate goal? Follow me, right? So we're put on this planet, right? And in this avatar with the guidance of our higher self and our soul and our alignment with the divine, right? But a lot of people spend the entire time chasing happiness, right? Because it's the emotion that feels the best, we think, right? Because it's the one that's, I would say, easily experienced. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, what? Happiness, easily experienced, la la la. No, it is, because it's a common emotion. From the time you were a child, someone in your life did things to bring happiness. Of course, temporary. A temporary happiness, right? So it's kind of like we got addicted to that happiness. And then what happened, it like contaminated our entire society. And so people were willing to do whatever it takes, lying, stealing, cheating, hurting people, to get to that happiness, right? But what about this? What about if happiness isn't the goal, right? What if really we're sent here to experience a range of emotions, right? Because there has to be a contrast. Without the bad days, you wouldn't know a good day was a good day, right? Without sadness and grief, there wouldn't be the appreciation of a loved one. If you never lost anyone, would you really appreciate the people in your life? Like, these are things that we need to look at. We need to look at, like, just the ability that we have as a living soul in the physical realm. We have an opportunity to experience a range of different emotions. And even, like, you may say it's easier for a Cancer because we're so, like, in tune with our emotions. But sometimes, like, I'm sad and it feels good. You know what I'm saying? And, like, there's no way for me to really explain this. But I know that throughout my life, I've experienced a huge range of emotions, and I'm not going to say happiness was the best one, because it wasn't. And I didn't learn anything from happiness. Well, you got to remember too, we're here on this planet. We're here to learn and grow as we go. So if you were happy all the time and everything was great, you would learn nothing. You would not expand. Your soul could not develop in the different areas, right? With all the different emotions, and expand in the ways that it needs to without experiencing those different emotions. So all I'm calling you to do is, you don't have to agree with me. I totally understand. But all I'm calling you to do is, like, give your emotions a chance, right? Instead of running from the pain, fear, sadness, grief, loss, stress, find ways to kind of, like, draw the experience out of it, right? See that emotion and draw what you can out of that, because that's a part of your story. That's a part of the growth of your soul, right? So we need to really savor. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for a word, and, like, thank you. Of course, I got to thank my little sisters on the other side for sending me messages, images, clarifying. Love y'all. So savor. So, like, savoring the emotion, right? And this is where presence is really important, right? being in the moment, in the now, existing in the now, the emotion that you are experiencing right now. Kind of like here, cue the sad music. It's kind of like savoring it. Like, oh, this is so sad. Like let's say you're going through a breakup, right? And yeah, you love that person, you miss that person, la la la. You know, I understand. Whatever. But like, how can you savor it? Right? Thinking like, oh for me, like savoring it all has to do with like the memories and just mostly the contrast between where you are now, where you were before. It's like, for me, I kind of live in an experiment. Like, this life is like an experiment for me. And so every time I have a different emotion or I encounter a different situation, I'm really trying to savor it and trying to draw as much out of it as I can. And even if it's not my situation, you can still draw a lot from other people's situations and you can learn and expand. So sometimes, like, open yourself up. Even though a person may seem like they're in an emotional state, this could be something different that you've never experienced. So kind of keep your heart open, keep your mind open, and follow your soul, right? Because you're being called to do that. Follow your soul's path. Don't be afraid of the emotions that come through. Don't be afraid of the passion. Don't be afraid of wanting it, because that's what's going to fuel you. So I hope you guys experience a different range of emotions today. I love you guys so much, and I'll catch you on the next one. Love ya. Bye.